Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and in this video we're going to talk about if Porsche Panameras are reliable. You're looking at my 2017 Porsche Panamera Turbo. I've had this car about 9 months now, 8 months. I bought it in May of, oh wow, about 10 months. I bought it in May of last year, certified pre-owned CPO from a Porsche dealership. The first owner of this car actually played for the Philadelphia Flyers and ticked literally every option box. So in 2017, a Porsche Panamera Turbo had a base price of about $149,000, somewhere in that range. This car stickered at $208,000. Now I have an options video where I go over that $60,000 in options, so feel free to watch that. And while you're watching that, I have 1,000 videos on the channel. Yes, I've reviewed everything from Porsches to BMWs to Audis to Corvettes to S2000s and everywhere in between, including long-term tests of my own car. So check it out, subscribe to the channel. Whatever car you're interested in, just go in the YouTube search box, type in Glenn's Car Collection, whatever car you want. With 1,000 videos on YouTube, there's a very good chance that I reviewed it. All right, remember, like, share, and subscribe, and as always, leave a positive comment below. So if you haven't noticed, I have the ceramic brake option. That was, I think, a $9,000 option on this car, 10 piston calipers. Now, somebody told me it's probably the same brake setup from the Lamborghini Urus. It might be, because I believe that car has 10 piston calipers as well. Now this color is called Volcano Gray. It looks black unless the sun is really shining on it. You'll see the gray color. Very common color for Panamera. Because I wanted the options in this car, like probably the one option I didn't want was the ceramic brakes, but the sport design, front end, the Burmeister, the massage seats, the stereo, all the performance options, the Porsche dynamic chassis control, the four-wheel steer, I compromised on color. Would have liked to got the Gran Turismo version, the wagon version, but they were a lot more money. There you can see a good representation of the paint. But to the average person, maybe the ceramic brakes are a little bit of a giveaway, even though they are optional. This probably looks like a 4S, not a turbo. Obviously, big difference in price and performance. The 4S is a 6-cylinder turbo, where the GTS and the turbo is an 8-cylinder turbo. So interesting enough, a GTS is basically a detuned V8 turbocharged motor. So a lot of people go for the GTS because that's kind of the value. The GTS didn't come out till model year 2019, this is the first year of the current body style of the Panamera, which is 2017. So the turbos came out in 2017, like the 4S and the base and everything like that. There was no Turbo S yet, and there was no GTS. So the GTS didn't come in 2019. So I get all the extra horsepower and performance with the turbo in a 2017 because it's 2 years older is cheaper than the GTS. All right, so I digress. Let's talk about what this video is about and are Panameras reliable. Now, I've always been afraid to buy a Panamera because the first gen, you know, the 2014, 2015, 2016s and before that, you know, you can get turbos for like $49,000. And the reason why is they're just not reliable cars, and you can have some very big repairs. So I had crossed the Panamera off my list until I test drove it back to back with the current M5. And even though these cars weigh the same and both have turbocharged V8 engines, the Panamera outhandled it. Felt about 1,000 pounds lighter. And, you know, detriment to the Panamera, it only fits 2 people in the back unless you get the wagon version. Then that center console can be deleted and it fits 5 instead of 4. Where the M5 fits 5 people. So, you know, with a family and being a commercial real estate broker, it certainly helps to have a 5-person back seat over 4, but anyway, you don't need it. So I was always afraid to get a Panamera. So then when I found I can get one CPO, I jumped at it. I figured, you know what, it doesn't matter. It's unlimited miles, so you get the a 2-year CPO, and you can actually buy a 3rd year. So when you get the car, 2 years is included on Porsche certified pre-owned, which is a big deal to BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. They only give you 1 year now. And it's unlimited miles. You can drive this car 100,000 miles a year, still be covered. So I bought a 3rd year because I love this car and I like to keep it 3 years upon the purchase. And it was only like $2,700 or $2,900 to get a 3rd year, which I thought was well worth it. All right, so now has it been reliable? Well, I love driving this car. So everything I'm going to say, I still think this car is the best daily driver I ever owned, except for maybe my E90 M3 or my E46 M3. But otherwise, this is the best daily, certainly most practical daily. Not the most fuel efficient, but fast, comfortable, handles well. I've had 2 issues with this car. One was a suspension fault, and I have the dynamic chassis control that doesn't give you the body roll and the 4-wheel steer. I noticed a couple times driving around town, it would fail, and then the car drove rough like a stagecoach. And what happened was I took it to the dealer, it was covered by warranty. It would have been a $2,500 repair, but it was essentially some kind of battery associated with that suspension working. So both times the suspension failed on me. It drove really rough, like I didn't even want to go a couple blocks with it. But when I would stop, say, at a traffic light and shut off the car, it would reset and it would be fine. And the bigger thing, actually, and all German cars seem to do this, is I had a big coolant leak. So one time I was in the school pickup line, sitting in, the engine wasn't overheating or anything. It was 194, the water temperature, which is normal for this car. That night I came outside, I threw out the garbage, and there was coolant all over my driveway. So I said, oh, what happened? I looked inside the engine bay, and there was some coolant in the reservoir, so I figured it's most likely the water pump. Every German car I've ever owned, the water pump goes before 50,000 miles. They're just not made well, I guess, too plasticky or whatever. And I figured it was the water pump, brought it to the dealer, and they told me it was the cap. Now, to be fair, the cap on the coolant reservoir. Now, to be fair, that is an issue with the Panameras. Most of them had that replaced. This was a CPO, I guess, though it didn't have it replaced. I didn't think it was that because there was a little coolant still in the reservoir. Obviously, some had leaked out. If I'm owning German cars, what I always do is I always buy the specific from the manufacturer coolant for that car, whether it's an Audi, Porsche, BMW, so I'm ready when the water pump does go. And I thought, or there could be a loose line somewhere or a cracked hose or something, because I saw a significant amount of coolant in my driveway, but not all the coolant wasn't bone dry. So I told the dealer, I thought it was the Porsche dealer, that it's probably the water pump. They told me it was the cap. There was an issue with the cap online that I read going through different threads online. So I said, all right, fine, it's the cap, though I really think it's the water pump. A week later, I got caught in traffic again, this way in Garden State Parkway traffic down in the Union area, which is terrible around rush hour. Car was fine, stayed at 194 degrees, no problem, but obviously the water pump was working hard. When I came home that night, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, went out to take out the garbage, coolant everywhere all over my driveway again. So as I suspected, it wasn't the cap. Thought it has to be the water pump. Told the dealer again. It was there for a couple days, and I said, hey, guess what? You need a new water pump. So those are the two issues. So the water pump, I'm guessing on my Audi S8, a water pump was about a $3,000 repair. Let's assume for this argument that it's the same here, plus a $2,500 suspension repair. For the 10 months I've had this car, I've already had over $5,000 in warranty repairs. Now, when you buy a car certified pre-owned, you will pay extra, probably at least $5,000 extra to have that CPO. It's definitely worth peace of mind. So any Porsche you buy, especially if it's a four-door Porsche, a Macan, Cayenne, Panamera, I don't think they're as reliable as the 911 Cayman Boxsters. So I would definitely go for the certified pre-owned. You may save $5,000 from a dealer along the highway that you never heard of, but buy from a Porsche dealer to save yourself from those expensive repairs. All right, so that's our running total, probably about $5,500 right now. I haven't paid zero, is zero deductible on the Porsche warranty. I still have another, since I paid for that third year, I would still have 2 years and 2 months left, so about 26 months or so. And I'll keep you posted on any other warranty repairs. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a positive comment below, and we'll have a new video every Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.